Welcome to my YouTube channel. Today, I'd like to show you 4 ways of figuring out the best and worst times to post on Instagram. What is the best time to post on Instagram? The best time to post on Instagram is the time that gets you the most engagement, likes, comments, shares, saves, follows, DMs, etc. The worst time to post on Instagram is the time that gets you the least engagement. I'm going to show you 4 different ways of finding out the best posting schedule for Instagram, as well as some helpful advice that I feel is often overlooked. Let's jump straight in, shall we? Method 1. Ask the experts. When I say, ask the experts, I mean, ask Google, or your preferred internet search engine. Let's do a little search for best times to post on Instagram, and take a peek at some of the results. According to Sprout Social, the best times to post on Instagram in 2021 are between 11 a.m. and 2 p.m. on Tuesday, or Monday through to Friday at 11 a.m. The best day to post is Tuesday, and the worst day to post is Sunday. This study has worked out the best and worst times to post on Instagram for engagement, such as likes, comments, shares, saves, etc. It doesn't give you specifics, however, such as niches, industries, or even time zones and countries. These results could be just as irrelevant to you as they are relevant. Now, let's take a look at another website's results. This time, we're going to look at HubSpot. According to this study, the best time to post on Instagram is between 10 a.m. and 3 p.m., but another time slot is also offered. According to HubSpot, posting at 7 a.m. on Wednesday, Thursday and Friday is great for getting lots of early morning engagement. To quote HubSpot, people usually check their phones right when they wake up. Unlike the Sprout Social results, HubSpot's results are time zone specific, to CDT or Central Daylight Time. 7 a.m. in Central Daylight Time is 6 hours behind my time zone in the UK. If I posted at 7 a.m. on Wednesday, Central Daylight Time, it will actually be 1 p.m. for me in the UK. Again, the results and best times generated from HubSpot's study could be just as irrelevant to me as they are relevant. The problem with searching Google for the best times to post on Instagram is that you're going to get such broad, vague answers. Behavior of Instagram users in the United States might not be the same as the behavior of Instagram users in the United Kingdom, or elsewhere in the world. Also, Instagram doesn't work in a one-size-fits-all way. Posting at 7 in the morning might work for some people, but it might not work for you, your niche, or your audience at all. Using Google to find the best time to post on Instagram is a good starting point, but there are better methods. Let's move on to the second one. Method 2. Adopt successful strategies. What time does your most successful competitor in the industry post on Instagram? Unlike other social platforms, Instagram doesn't give a specific time and date for past content. It says things like 15 hours ago, or 3 days ago. This makes it difficult to look back over the content of the most successful people in your niche or industry and copy their timing strategy. But I've got a clever hack that you can use to find out. To start with, find the most popular and successful people in your niche or industry on Instagram. Who gets the most likes or comments, or has the most followers? If you're not already following him, start following them. Next, look for the bell icon in the top right-hand side of the screen, next to the 3-dot menu icon. The Notifications tab will slide up on the bottom of the screen, where you'll find 4 options: Posts, Stories, Instagram TV, and Live Videos. By turning these options on, you'll receive a notification on your phone whenever that account posts the content you have selected. If you toggle the post switch on, you'll get a notification whenever this account posts a new feed post. The same applies for stories, Instagram TV videos, and so on. Whenever you get a notification that the account has posted, make a note of the time. After a week or so, you'll have a good idea of what kind of timing strategy the successful people are using, and you can start posting your content at similar times. Method 3. Analyze Instagram Insights. Instagram Insights is an amazing part of Instagram, if you have a creator or business account. You do not have access to Instagram Insights if you have a personal account. Insights tells you a number of things about the people who look at and interact with your content on Instagram, including age, location, and the part that is going to help you in your quest to find the best time to post on Instagram, when they are most online and active on the app. Let's take a look. Start on your profile, and then hit the Insights button. You'll be taken to a screen called Insights Overview. And just about halfway down the screen, you'll find a section called Your Audience. Tap right there. As you can see, your follow account is shown at the top, along with your growth, which is how many people have newly followed or unfollowed you. If you scroll down the screen a little, you'll see a section called Top Locations, and it is split into two further sections, cities and countries. Let's take a little look at mine. My top location, with 35.3%, is the United States. My second location, with 8.8%, is the United Kingdom. My third location, with 7.2%, is Thailand. These locations are where my audience is. This information, in turn, can tell me what time zone or time zones I should incorporate into my Instagram strategy. If I constantly post at the best times according to a UK-based audience, I'm only really hitting the 8.8% of my audience that comes from the UK. I'm missing out on the 35.3% of my audience that lives in the United States, who are probably asleep when my UK-timed content is being published. Moving on from top locations, let's scroll a little further down the audience screen. We're going to scroll past the age range section and the gender section, right to the very bottom, where there is a section called Most Active Times. The Most Active Times section of Instagram Insights tells you when your audience is most active on the Instagram app. You can break down this information by hours, and by days. As you can see, things are pretty regular throughout the week for me. The blue bars are all roughly the same height, and if I tap on them, the specific numbers appear just above them. 588 of my followers are online on Tuesday. 585 of my followers are online on Wednesday. 586 of my followers are online on Thursday, etc. If we break things down by hours, you can scroll between the different days. As you can see, my audience is most active at 6 p.m. on Tuesdays. Again, if I tap on the blue bars, the numbers appear at the top of them. On Wednesdays, my audience is most active on Instagram at 3 p.m., and also at 6 p.m. 6 p.m. UK time seems to be the most popular time, throughout the week, for my audience to be online. Why is this information relevant? It makes sense to post content when you know your audience is online. If 6 p.m. is the most active time for your followers, you should add 6 p.m. to your Instagram strategy. Think about it like a fast food restaurant. You know that the lunchtime rush is going to bring lots of people in to buy food, so you put extra fries in the fryer, extra burgers on the grill, and add extra people to the tills to serve customers. Otherwise, they'll get bored of waiting and eat somewhere else instead. If you know that 6 p.m. is going to bring a rush of people using the Instagram app, because Insights tells you so, you need to put extra fries in the fryer and burgers on the grill. By fries and burgers I mean Instagram posts, reels, and stories, and by grill I mean the app. You shouldn't ignore the less active times, because some of your followers are still online at those times, but you should make sure that you're posting something at the most popular and active times of day. Method 4. Trial and error. Do you know what happens when you post at 4 p.m. on a Thursday afternoon? What about 9 p.m. on a Friday night? Or 11 a.m. on a Sunday morning? If you don't know what happens when you post at those times, maybe you should post at those times and see what happens. I once accidentally posted at 3 a.m. on a Thursday morning because I made a mistake when I was scheduling it, and it was the most popular post I'd had in months. I would never have dreamed of posting at 3 a.m. on a Thursday morning, or any other morning for that matter. But because I did, I now know that 3 a.m. on a Thursday morning is a good time for me, and I can add it to my schedule. By using a process of trial and error, and sometimes throwing caution to the wind and posting content at weird and wonderful times, you can perfect your Instagram strategy. You'll be able to find out some hidden best times that you wouldn't have thought about, and you'll also be able to get an idea for the worst times to post. If content consistently gets little to no engagement when you post at 7 a.m. on a Friday morning, you know that it's a bad time. My advice. I personally recommend using a mixture of all 4 methods I've shown you today. Use the Google results as your starting point and build on your strategy from there. Add in the times that Insights recommends, and the times you learned by following your successful competitors. If one particular time slot never works for you, throw it out of your strategy. If one particular time slot consistently yields high engagement, keep posting at that time. No one single strategy or posting schedule is guaranteed to work for Instagram, or other social platforms. Your strategy will be, and should be, a constantly growing and evolving process, taking out elements that no longer seem to work, and adding in elements that are new, fresh, or prioritized by the app. The best time to post on Instagram doesn't really exist, and if it does, it'll only be the best time for a brief period of time. Everything changes eventually, especially with social media. I hope you found this video useful today, but please let me know if you have any questions, or would like to suggest another video tutorial. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to subscribe if you'd like to see more social media marketing and content creation tips and tricks. Have a fabulous day.